So the most common roommate conflict that I've seen come up is when people have kind of different sleep schedules. So this might mean that like one roommate is coming in late at night after studying and the other roommate has to get up pretty early in the morning to go to class. And that can be kind of challenging because our expectation isn't that either one of them is going to change their sleep schedule.
So one person goes like a whole quarter of not getting enough sleep, and then the other person just absolutely doesn't know that they're waking the other person up. Maybe they don't talk about it, they don't make it known. Then they're suddenly really frustrated at each other, and there's this long built up frustration that isn't necessarily due to one specific thing. So then you have to go in and kind of get to that root. So maybe they're really frustrated about, hey, you left this dish here, but I'm actually frustrated that you wake me up at like right before I go to sleep every night.
I used to live with an international student. His name is David. He's a really great friend of mine, already graduated. And we didn't really have that many conflicts, but one small one I can remember is that for me, I have more sensitivity to hearing things. And whenever I went to sleep, he's definitely a loud snorer. And so we definitely had that conversation, and he felt really bad about it. And I think he did a really great job at acknowledging that he snored a lot. And so we sat down, and the compromise for that was he actually, for my birthday, got me earplugs. And so those worked out really well, and he gave me a very clear idea of what his sleep schedule was like, so I could really adjust myself to make sure that I was minimizing the amount of noise I'd hear when I went to sleep. So I thought, even though that's definitely an issue that he couldn't fix himself, but I thought he definitely made a lot of strides and was really personable about it.
Very rarely is it that someone's trying to keep the other person up. Like, it's not usually malicious.
And I think a lot of the time, like, people don't really realize that what they're doing is bothering someone else. And so sometimes just saying like, hey, like, you're pretty noisy when you come in, will really open the eyes to what the conflict is and help them to resolve it quickly.
A lot of conflicts, from what I've heard from other RAs, involve sharing the space and how that space is being shared, whether it's hygiene or how they're splitting the space, who's cleaning, who's taking out the trash typically. Another typical conflict is guest policies. A lot of residents have different levels of comfortableness with guests coming into their room, and often a lot of conflicts revolve around that.
I think another one that comes up pretty frequently is when roommates are using each other's things without permission, and sometimes that feels like more malicious than it actually is. I think that once both roommates kind of understand the needs of their roommate, they're able to kind of make small adjustments so that they can accommodate each other. So that might mean like not turning on the light when they come in, or like not playing music really loud in the bathroom when their roommate is sleeping, or like not setting multiple alarms in the morning.
And just diving in and maybe embracing the awkward and having that conversation is better than letting it build up for a long time. Like, it's really uncomfortable to have conflict conversations, but the afterward will be a lot better if you do have that conversation, like, as hard as it is.